disconnected. Funny how that works. So I just want to point out that so obviously this pedophile thing, they don't want to come out. They don't want all this child trafficking thing to come out. They don't want anyone talking about it. That's why they started World War III. And we are in World War III. They're reporting that 40% of the infrastructure that supports the global energy market is gone out of that area. And so it's only a matter of time. We live in a world where we think, well, if it didn't happen like a Hollywood movie, it's not going to happen. But I guess that most people, what do you call the opposite of suspended disbelief? When you watch a movie, you're supposed to use suspended disbelief. The shit that's happening, people, and they're distracting from it. We're in World War III because they're distracting from the Epstein files and all of the child trafficking that they've been involved with. And fuck Trump supporters, let me be real. He could fucking come and rape your own kids and you'd blame your kids and excuse him. That's the sad part about it. These no kings bullshit. The only with everything that has happened in the world, everything that has happened, the only reason 8 million people got off their asses to do anything is because they don't like the gas prices. Otherwise, they couldn't be bothered. It's not about Republican and Democrat. It's about greed. We're at the end. And those who get caught with want in their hearts get judged harshly. But they've started World War III to distract from the Epstein shit. So the stuff that I've had to go through for years trying to expose this is nothing compared to the fact that they're starting World War III to distract from it. It's interesting how all these people know. No one knows about Doug Mesner. No one knows about the Satanic Temple. Fuck Thomas Schoenberger. Can't even get the name right. Oh, the Church of Satan. He'll fucking say every fucking name but the Satanic Temple. And the reason why is because they're using that Satanic Temple. That Satanic Temple after school daycare bullshit is directly connected to this satanic neo-Nazi pedophile bullshit. They've already busted two. Or wait a minute, maybe the 14-year-old that they busted being involved with the satanic neo-Nazi pedophile group, I guess group probably, he was just a satanic Nazi pedophile, right? He just acted alone, even though they said that it was a group. Or maybe he was the head of it at 14 years old. Well, fuck, Thomas Schoenberger wrote 200 symphonies by the age of fucking 6. So maybe he was an idiot savant too. Maybe this 14-year-old that they busted for the satanic neo-Nazi pedophile group, maybe he's the one calling the shots to fucking start World War III. Maybe he's the one calling the shots for them hiding all of these Epstein files. It's the 14-year-old, right? That's involved with the satanic neo-Nazi pedophile group. He's the one doing it, right? Because that makes about as much sense as anything else they offer. Doug Mesner was involved, his group was involved with the murder of Lori King. They murdered my friend Owen. Not because exactly of me, but because Owen's family was directed with Ricky Chaddick, an abducted and murdered 10-year-old boy that was connected to my family and Owen's family. But we're not supposed to talk about any of that, right? Oh, I haven't heard anything about like this, so it must not be real. That's the shit that I have to go through. And the police in town, fuck, they were already protecting their goddamn pedophile. What do you think Mike Butler was? They protected him all the way. Did they do anything about the meth operation where he was getting his meth to give to the kids? No, nothing was done. Nothing will be done. Nothing will be done. They fucking protected a goddamn pedophile But Neil Gross working with the fucking pedophiles that have been after me for years. And now suddenly in the last couple months, they've stopped emailing me and stuff like that. So I guess all the shit in the past didn't happen because it's not happening now, right? That's the mindset. Andy Villa. Andy Villa said, "Oh, you're obsessed with me. I haven't emailed you in months." Yeah, but when you were emailing me, you were involved with the murder of my friend. But now I don't have any friends. You didn't murder my friend today, so I guess you murdering my friend a couple years ago doesn't matter anymore because you didn't murder him today. All the emails, all their obsessive bullshit was to shut me down because I'm trying to expose this child trafficking bullshit. That's what this is. I'm trying to expose. And people in town where I live are more than willing to go out of their way to fucking help the fucking pedophiles. Alex has a kid. Go ahead, give him your kid, dickhead. You like pedophiles so much, offer up your own to him. But no, it's more important for them to attack me and try and shut me down. Which is what they've done to every survivor. Every victim of this, they do the same fucking thing. And then they turn around and everyone blames the victim. You know, I'm not the first. I'm certainly not the only. That's how it works. And none of this pedophile bullshit can fucking be looked at now because it involves Trump. So, fuck, we can't look at any of it because we like Trump. Again, Trump could come to your house, not that he ever would, rape your own fucking kids, and you'd blame your own goddamn kids. That's how it would work. I've been at this for a long time. I've seen it happen over and over and over. And what you get when you say this is denials. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. I would never do that. And yet your actions speak otherwise. With everything that's gone on in the country, the only reason why 8 million people took to the streets is because our dumbass has now fucked the gas prices. Because 40%, we don't live in a... I know this comes as a shock, but it's not like they can just hit a reset button and everything goes back to the way it was. It's going to take years to get the structures back, to get back what they've already destroyed, 40% of the infrastructure. At a time where every country but America... When Biden was president, not that I like Biden, he's a fucking weird-ass pedophile too. That's the whole thing. Everyone takes sides. Oh, I don't want to know about the pedophiles because I like the Democrats. Oh, I don't want to know about the pedophiles because I like the Republicans. But they're both involved. And people can't deal with that. Because now we've gone to a tribal thing. And now people will protect whoever they need to protect. But who's hiding the fucking pedophile shit now? There wasn't a law on the books that the president signed, no matter what president was, to release the Epstein files until just recently. So who's breaking the law now? Because Democrats aren't in charge. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Obama, Biden, Harris, none of them are in control right now. So who's hiding the shit? Who's taking us into World War III to distract from the shit? That's the whole thing. Them going after me, look at what they've done. They blew up a gas station. People around here know that gas station, that the story isn't correct. They know. They just don't care. That's just it. They know They just don't give a shit. You know? Murdered my friend. Posted live videos of my town while they were doing it. But nobody cares. I'm the bad guy. Shelby County, Iowa sheriff just got busted for protecting a fucking drug-dealing pedophile, Mike Butler, because he was the younger brother of the second in charge. But he was getting all the meth from the Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff's Department and that trailer park that they control and run. But nobody gives a fuck. They don't care about pedophiles. What I have realized, taking a step back, being told by heaven that I was supposed to take a step back, is that surrender is so much harder than sacrifice. It is. Surrendering to God is so much harder than sacrificing for God. It's way harder. That's what fucks people up. Because to actually surrender and let it be in God's hands is incredibly hard. It's incredibly hard. But that's what I've been asked to do. And so I'm trying to do that. That's the reason why people in town have said your emails have slowed down. Well, their emails have basically stopped, which I'm grateful for. And I don't go look at their shit. Never really did. Thomas, I don't ever open any of your shit anymore. I don't give a fuck. Notice I don't publish it either. I published it when you went and talked about the bullshit. People want to know about this pedophile group. Someone did email me and tell me that they have seen in, I think it was Kentucky or Oklahoma, a van that has a Zazel on it too. They need to look at the license plates in the country that have a Zazel on there. I bet they're all connected to the satanic neo-Nazi pedophile group. I bet it goes right back to Michael Aquino. Right back to his little group, which is who everyone is fighting with this pedophile shit. You know? Alex, George, my neighbor next door. They've all been in contact with Sewertown. Daniel Dowd, Tara Joyce, Gio, whatever the fuck his last name is. They've all bragged about it. How they've been in contact with all of my neighbors. The ones that are breaking in. She doesn't live there anymore. So, but how I ended up being introduced to her is her boyfriend chased me around Harlan with a t-shirt that said, "Let's summon demons" on it. And then a girl who lived there with her was staring at me through my fence. And then the dude that looked like he was straight out of prison, who didn't seem to own a pair of shoes or a shirt. Because every time I saw him, he was barefoot and shirtless. This is the shit that's going on, and they get paid to do the shit that they're doing. They get paid to do the shit that they're doing. And I would be willing to bet that Thomas Schoenberger and even Doug Mesner, Doug Masenko, Lucian Greaves, I bet if they look, they'll find that there's contacts with the police. Sewertown calls the police constantly. They brag about it constantly. Who was all behind Isaac Cappy's murder? Who is all behind his death? They have everything locked down on the death. Sewertown. Corey Daniel, a.k.a. Phoenix Enigma, Alicia Ray, a.k.a. the Sicilian Witch, Jesse Davis, Paula Davis, Brett Trimble, Daniel Dowd, Geo Farnsworth or Geo Harris or whatever fucking last name he gives himself, because they're all fake. Tara Joyce, Craig Sawyer, all connected to this group. And they're willing to start World War III. But people here in town will say, "I don't know who any of those people are." So basically, if you don't know who everyone in the world is, they don't exist. And you know everything about them, even though you don't even know they exist, right? And that makes sense. The shit plays right out in front of people and they tell themselves whatever bullshit they need to tell themselves. That's how it works. That's how it's been working. Again, I've taken a step back because heaven told me to. I'm supposed to let heaven work its magic. But I am telling you from my own personal experience and the loan, because the manual labor shit that I've had to do, for the most part, until I start planting, and that won't be until May, is over. The whole backyard is cleaned. All of the shit around, no more hiding behind my fucking shed. They have these red fire flags all over the place all the time. They're afraid that fires are going to start, and yet all of that dead shit that was back there, whoever was lighting fires behind my garage is lucky they did not burn themselves up. They're lucky, But again, you can't tell people shit. You can't tell people shit. They know. Ignorant, don't read a fucking book, don't look into it, don't do any research. Think they're going to get all their information from osmosis, and they probably don't even know what the word osmosis means. But if it doesn't come through osmosis, then it must not be real, right? And yet we're going into World War III to distract from the Epstein files. That's pretty much a given. People actually know they bombed Iran to distract from the Epstein shit. What do you think is in those files they're willing to start World War III to distract from? What do you think is in those files that they're illegally holding back? And it wasn't a law until Trump was president this second time. Biden didn't break the law. But Trump, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, they're all breaking the law right now to hide this fucking pedophile shit. So in order to actually argue and say how that's okay, just fucking wear your freak flag proud. You're okay with fucking pedophiles. If you like who the pedophiles are, you're okay with people fucking kids. That's how it works. You can say whatever bullshit you want to tell yourself. The dude, Trump, fucking raped a 13-year-old girl and then got her to shut up. Did they do to her what they've been doing to me? Fuck, is she still alive? Because fuck, they ended up murdering Isaac. Or ended up murdering Lori King. Owen Wingard. These are just the people I know in my own life. Max Spears. All to hide their pedophile shit. We're going into World War III because they're trying to protect pedophiles. So if you're okay with that, then fuck you. I would say fuck you, but from how I can see, you've already fucked yourself. And there's not 27 people in here. They only bought my station when they don't like what I'm saying. Yesterday, there were no bots. Today, they don't like what I'm saying. So now there's 32 people in here on a Sunday. Because they don't like it. But not one of them knows who Doug Mesner is. Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple. But he, I bet, is heavily involved with this satanic neo-Nazi pedophile bullshit that 14-year-old just got caught up with in Florida. That the 21-year-old got busted in New York City 2 years ago, September, by the FBI. And it was a global satanic neo-Nazi pedophile group. Maybe it was the 14-year-old they just busted. Maybe he was behind it all. Maybe the 14-year-old they busted, maybe he's the one who's getting us into World War III to distract from the fucking pedophile bullshit. Makes about as much sense as anything else. It's funny. Because what automatically happens when you stick your head in the sand, your ass goes right up in the air and you can't see who's behind you. But then you'll blame everyone else. Look at what they're doing to the fucking survivors of the Epstein thing. You hear anything about the Epstein thing? You hear anything about what they've gone through? The truth? No. No. And now we're so busy focused on gas prices because it's destroying the economy. The world's economy. What got us into World War I? What got us into World War II? What's getting us into World War III? What was behind all three world wars? The economy. Bread or bullets. And now we've used most of our fucking missiles that take years to build. What they said that those Minutemen missiles take at least 2 to 3 years to build, and each one of them is $3 million, and they're just shooting them haphazard in a war that we can't win, and everyone knows it. Going to lead us into World War III, and they know it because they're saying that the people who run the military are telling all the soldiers that this is the beginning of Armageddon, and they're ushering in Jesus Christ. That's what they're telling people. I'm not in the military. It's been reported on the news. But then, if you didn't get it from osmosis, you probably don't know that. And since you didn't fucking read it off the air, it must not be real. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And telling. And I think that people are going to start waking up when things start getting really bad. We've been insulated here in the United States. I don't think that's going to stay the case. They're already marching because they're mad about the economy. That's the only that's what fueled this No Kings protest, is the economy. They just don't have enough. They want more. They're mad about the gas prices. While the billionaires are building ballrooms and spending $7 million on ribeye steaks and $9 million on fucking lobster tails, while they're telling all of us to go eat dirt. Things are breaking apart. And it's all to hide the satanic neo-Nazi pedophile bullshit. They've been at it for a long time. There's not 39 people in here. They just don't like what I have to say. So yesterday I had 400 people. When I get on here, I bet it's close to 2,000 because they're botting this. And that's what they do because they don't like what I'm having to say. Now there's 43. They're botting it. Sewertown is heavily behind it. Definitely connected to Michael Aquino. Titus Frost, definitely connected to Michael Aquino. Thomas Schoenberger, definitely connected to Michael Aquino. Gabe Hoffman, definitely connected to Michael Aquino. Doug Masenko, a.k.a. Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, definitely connected. And what, you think Pam Bondi and Kash Patel are going to bust open this fucking satanic neo-Nazi pedophile group? They're too busy hiding this shit from Jeffrey Epstein. They're not going to fucking bust open any fucking pedophile groups, especially neo-Nazi pedophile groups. Satanic neo-Nazi pedophile groups, which satanic neo-Nazi pedophile describes Michael Aquino to a T. They're all connected. They're all connected. And just because your dumbasses don't have a fucking clue who Michael Aquino is or who any of the people is, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It just means you're a fucking ignorant piece of shit who's okay with pedophiles. And obviously, this is not for everybody. But there's a lot of you that it's definitely aimed at. It's true for a lot of people. And because you don't know who these people are, shit, I'm just hoping that they convince you guys that you don't need oxygen. And God, then I can watch what you guys do. Fuck, you obviously don't need oxygen. Your heads are so far up your fucking asses. But fuck the kids, right? They protected fucking pedophiles. You want to know what happened here in town? The grandparents threatened the goddamn granddaughter because it was her fault. I guess she dressed provocatively, whatever. It's her fault that her father fucked her. It's her fault that her father fucked her friends. I guess they dressed too provocatively too. It's the kid's fault that Mike Butler fucked him and hooked him to fucking meth. That's how it works. Because the grandparents, that's exactly how it fucking works for them. And who's their son other than Mike Butler? Second in charge Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff, Captain Chad Butler. Same fucking parents who go after the granddaughter and threaten her to shut her up because they don't like the fact that her granddaughter is telling everybody how her father, their son, fucked her and her friends. She's the one who's the fucking bad guy, not the goddamn pedophile, who the pedophile charges got dropped, but he still gets to go to the nice little pedophile prison in Iowa. Because in Iowa, they don't stick pedophiles in general population. They built their own fucking prison for the pedophiles. In Iowa, we like our pedophiles. We built them a whole prison. So now they can get together and exchange notes and exchange all of that stuff. So then when they get out of that, they can go fuck more kids because they learned what not to do from all the other pedophiles they were locked up with. That's how it works here. Good is bad and bad is good. Evil is good and good is evil. That's where we're at now. Just like we were told. Just like we were warned. And is it difficult? Yeah. Surrendering to God is a lot harder than sacrificing for God. Sacrifice is just kind of, you can just do it. You think it's over. Surrendering to God means you have to utilize your faith. That maybe this pedophile bullshit will be dealt with and these fucking evil assholes will be dealt with. That's a lot harder. And I can say that from personal experience. But now we live in a day, if you like the fucking pedophiles, the fact that they fuck kids is no big deal. Because you like them, right? Fuck the kids. Literally, figuratively, fuck. If Mike Butler's daughter didn't dress so provocatively, he wouldn't have fucked her, right? If she didn't have any friends that dressed provocatively, he wouldn't be selling them meth and fucking them. The women that Bill McDaniel is fucking arresting and hooking up felonies and then telling them that they can get the felonies reduced if he lets them sexually assault them. It's not Bill McDaniels, it's the problem. Those fucking women. That's the problem. That's how it works. That's how it works, right? It's the kids' fault. It's the victim's fault. The fucking perps are just doing what perps do. It's fine. Fuck Donald Trump shooting someone on Fifth Avenue and not losing a vote. He could fucking rape a bunch of fucking kids on camera. And there would be a lot of people who'd be fine with it. Just blame the kids. Blame the victims. But we're going into World War III because they're trying to fucking hide pedophiles. That's why we're going into World War III. So if you're okay with World War III, embrace your freak flag. Just be honest. Tell people you like fucking pedophiles. You like people who fuck kids. Be honest for once in your fucking lives.